Hi guys, Cam Crick here from Ultimate Karting Sydney. I'm currently driving in the Toyota 86 Racing Series. We're going to do a 10-week movie program here, so we're going to do one corner per week. Try to give you guys a bit of an insight on how to drive this track nice and fast. Who knows, you may have the next lap record. Turn 1 here, heavy brake point at the start-finish line. Once you're comfortable with your entry speed, be right out close to the barriers. Once you've turned in, roll to the middle of the corner, which we call the apex. Squeeze back onto the accelerator using all the exit out to the barriers. Come back over to the left and position yourself for turn 2, which we'll touch on next week. So finishing up on last week's turn number 1, you should have yourself positioned out to the left here, entering turn number 2. Is a little bit of a later apex. Make sure you hug the tyre there, middle of the corner, using all the exit coming close to the barriers. Just remember, if you turn in too early here, you may end up in the barriers on your exit. If you get a good exit through turn 2 here, perfect passing opportunity heading down into turn 3, which we'll touch on next week. Alrighty guys, so finishing up on turn number 2 last week, we arrive here at turn number 3. Entering the corner, a small dab on the brake, but as close as you can to the barriers on your entry. It is pretty key here to keep up the mid-corner speed and staying in as close to those barriers as you can. As you're opening up the accelerator on your exit, you want to be around the mid-track position as you're slowly opening the steering to go back to the right to turn number 4, which is also a great passing opportunity, and we'll touch on that next week. Alrighty guys, so we're here at turn number 4 this week, which is an awesome passing opportunity if you've got that last section right. Coming into the corner, using all of the track, midway through the corner, which is your apex, slowly squeeze onto the accelerator. If you're right down close to that tyre, open up the steering, use all of your exit, running out close to those barriers, running down to turn number 5, which we'll touch on next week. Turn number 5 here, what you want to be doing is as far out to those barriers there as possible on your entry, flat open on the accelerator, coming down close to this curb here next to the barrier, sort of V'ing up the corner a bit, so to say, coming out mid-track on your entry to turn number 6. Alrighty guys, so here we are at turn number 6, a very fast and important part of the track. So coming out of turn 5, you're going to be mid-track entering turn 6 here. Hitting the apex down close to this tyre here, very important you don't get too aggressive and turn in too early at this corner here. It can get ugly very fast. So once you hit the apex, let the kart flow out to the barriers here, close to the wall as you're heading down to turn number 7. So here we are at turn number 7, easily the fastest corner on the track here. So you're going to be coming down the back straight as far over to the barriers as you can with your foot flat onto the accelerator. Keeping in mind you're going to need to turn in a little bit later than normal, so the kart's positioned over to the left, getting ready for a heavy brake into turn number 8, which we'll touch on next week. Into turn 8 here, which is the start of the hardest section of the track. Heavy braking out close to the barriers there. Keeping in mind, don't use too much mid-corner speed. You may sacrifice the next corner by running wide here. Turn in early, apex right here, preparing yourself for turn number 9. Alrighty guys, so we're coming out of turn number 8 mid-track. We arrive here at turn number 9. Another tricky corner. Make sure you don't turn in too early because it's going to take you longer to get to full throttle. Turn in a little bit later than what you think. Hit the apex on your exit. You're going to get to full throttle a lot faster. Run out, use all of your exit over to the traffic light as we head down to turn 10. So turn number 10 here, the last corner of the track. Another super fast corner, so keep a few things in mind. You've exited turn number 9 out close to those barriers. Slowly start to V the corner up. Remember, don't turn in too early because you may understeer into the barriers on your exit. As you're coming down close to the apex, you want to be nice and close to that tyre there as you slowly let the kart flow out to the exit there, down to the start-finish line to start your next lap. So that brings us to the end of our 10-week video program. Thanks a lot for riding on board with me around this super technical and fast track here at Ultimate Karting Sydney. Hope to see you guys down here soon, cutting some laps. Cheers.